Alright guys, that was a bit of tricky and difficult to understand, but I know you like it a lot, so I'm gonna try to be as simple as I can. So what's a moving zone? Basically it's a toxic zone that is moving from a point A to a point B on the map. So that can move from any direction and that will travel at some speed and in some time. And the only thing you have to enter for that, for making one, is the element that are over there. There is a lot, sorry. But some are already some of them are able to be calculated by an Excel tool that is included in the mod. So check for dynamic calculator in the mod folder. You just have to put the start x, the start y, and then the end x and the ny, and then that will give you the coefficient, the y to origin, the chance, not the chance, the speed. That speed you have to put it on your actually, but the norm, and that's about it. So you can put a name for your toxic zone that is there. I could just call whatever you want, Skorka to Bogadurka, so I know which one it goes from who to where. Then if you want to have the message when someone is getting inside, you can put that to 1. If you don't want that to put that, you put that to 0. You can choose the entering message, the leaving message, then you indicate the starting coordinate and the starting y coordinate. Just to be to explain a bit about that start y, when you're gonna go to I survive, so for example to set a toxic zone, so let's say I'm there, sorry, if I want to go to Gorka, to, I don't know, whatever destination I want, then I'm gonna choose a point over there, and as you can see under you have 2 coordinates, so the left one is the x, the other one is the y, so you put that 2 coordinates as start x and start y, and then if you wanted to go to, I don't know, Novaya Petrovka, you're gonna take the second coordinates, that is 3,388 or 12,815. That's also the end y, end x and end y, and then you're gonna use the dynamic calculator to find coefficient, y to origin, speed, norm, etc. Alright, so not really difficult. You can choose the radius, but I advise you to let it to put it at 170 for long smokes and put it at I don't know, 80 or 100 for normal smokes. All right, because the normal smokes are 60 meters radius, so that's small zones, and you don't want it to be more of that because the actual toxic zone is not linked to the particle effect, so it can be a bit more, and you don't want that. Okay, and if I move on about the chance is that you can set multiple moving zone, and you can set different chance values. So if you don't want them to spawn all the time and all the time, so players can know when they are going at that or that direction, you can set chance value. So what I did is I put 0.3, so 30% of chance to spawn at server restart, 0.5, so 50% of chance to spawn at server restart, or even 0.1, so 10% of chance to spawn at server restart. Alright, not that difficult. It's just Tuo knows if you want to give them a chance or not to appear. And if you want them to appear all the time, just put 1.0. It's equal 100%. Then what I did not really explain a lot is speed. So that's the actual speed per minute of the number of meter that the toxic zone is moving. So each minute it moves from 30 meters. The minus depends on how you set it, I think, but I think the calculator tells you if that's a minus or if that's plus. So you will see in the calculator, don't worry about that. And about the norm, something that is important if you want it to work, you don't need to add floats variables. So it needs to be an integer, so no shit like that. All right, thank you. And then if you want the area to be only working with the gas mask, so is only gas mask put to 1, it means you only need a gas mask with or without a filter depending on the close protection config. So check that tutorial. And then you don't just need that. If you put to 0, you need full gear or whatever you set it in the close config. All right. And finally, you've got particle names. So that's white smoke. You've got a lot of color. You've got purple smoke, for example. You've got red smoke. You've got mustard smoke. Yeah, that may sound weird, but actually I really like it. You've got green smoke. You've got the green smoke too, I think. That just go like that or like that, I don't really remember. And you've got blue smoke. You've got also gray smoke, white smoke. Well, it's already written as default, and all of those are also available as long smoke. So if you add long to each of them, that will give you actually four small smoke that will be in some kind of square around the radius that you spawn the actual particle. So that can be useful for the moving zone, but I don't really recommend it to be used for the static, that I will explain a bit later or in the other tutorial, so that you know. But yeah, you have a different type of smokes, and you also have the newest about it are the spores. All of them are also available in spores. So instead of having smoke, you've got spores that are in the zone. So that's up to you to know which one you want to use. You can do your test on your server, test server, whatever. That's all up to you. And if you want to have a new color, a particular one, just let me know. I can probably help you with that, or I can probably add it later depending on how busy I am. So that's possible. So I think I explained it all about that. If you still have questions, just let me know. Final things I almost forgot is admin UID is actually if you want that the admin knows what the moving zone is in real time, you can add your UID over there. That's the Steam ID 64. And then when you connect to the server in the chat, you will see the coordinates of the zone moving in real time. So that can be useful to know where the moving zone is when you test things. Alright, thanks for listening, and let's go to next tutorial.